This is one of the most highly anticipated cars of the year. This is replacing the Lamborghini Huracan. It's called the Temerario, and it's not just an upgraded model, it's a completely new model by Lamborghini. Look at this. New hexagon design language. These are daytime running lights. It also has a little air inflow for brake cooling, and the headlights are here. Now this is going to be a talking point because you can either love them or hate them. Let me know what you guys think. But this car looks completely different. Now this car is extremely unique. If you guys are interested in unique cars, you can go to our very own car auction platform, sbxcars.com. Some of the most amazing cars around the world. You can bid on them. Links in the description below. If you're not entirely familiar with Lamborghini, for a while now, they've had an entry-level Lamborghini and then the big boy. So we had the Gallardo as the entry-level and then the Murcielago at the top. Then we had the next round, which was basically the Huracan and the Aventador. Now we have the Temerario, and then the big boy is the Revuelto. Now, just because this is the entry-level Lamborghini doesn't mean it's cheap. This is probably gonna start at around $350,000, which is really expensive in my opinion, but you're getting a really good car. This has 920 horsepower and it's a hybrid. So 800 horsepower comes from the engine, the V8, and another 120 comes from the electric motor. So of course the front is something that has changed a lot. This is still very Huracan-esque. And as I mentioned, the headlights are gonna be kind of a, you either love them or hate them. I thought that the previous Huracan's headlights were some of the best looking headlights in the entire car world. I'm not 100% sold on these, but there's gonna be upgraded versions in the future, maybe like a STO, who knows, maybe they tweak it a little bit, but they're hidden inside of this pocket. They're not even really on the surface, they're like inside of this little space. It just makes everything look really unique. Also, it seems like Lamborghini's kind of ditched the extremely bright colors. They have this kind of more darkish ocean blue. Over there, they have a green, but it's not that, fluorescent, crazy, beaming green. It's a different era of colors, I think. On the side, a couple of things. The side is one of my favorite parts of the car because they have this carbon fiber piece over here, which reminds me a lot of an Aventador, especially some of the later ones. So you have kind of the fighter jet design language going on. You have these intakes back here too, and you just have all of these kind of angular lines going on the side. It looks really cool. The door handle is under here, and it has a little bit of a squishy feel under it. It's like kind of like rubbery, and then you open it up. I'm gonna show you guys the inside in just a second, but the inside for me is the biggest improvement compared to the Huracan. I love the interior. Going to the back, this is a huge step up compared to the original base Lamborghini Huracan. I mean, this back looks extremely impressive, aggressive, it's cool. You have the exposed rear tire over here, which just looks really freaking crazy, like ready to just fly forward. You have the center mounted exhaust going down the middle, which seems to be the direction that Lamborghini is going in because the Revuelto is also center mounted. And then you just have this like protruding rear diffuser, carbon fiber, the brake lights down the middle. You have the hexagon taillights over here too. This is also a hexagon, so it seems to be the direction, right? Like the Revuelto has the Y lines, the Temerario is now gonna have the hexagon lines. Right there, it's a V8. Now, all the Huracans had a V10 and they were borrowed from Audi. This is a completely new engine made from scratch by Lamborghini. It's a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, and this generates 800 horsepower. Of course, it has the 120 horsepower extra coming from the electric motors. It's possibly the biggest change on the car, just because you're now getting a V8 for the first time since the 70s. Some people will love it, some people will hate it. V10s, in my opinion, sound much better, but you're getting more power with this. This is completely made from scratch. Also, look at this. You can pull these up and you get little swan doors in the engine, which looks pretty cool. Get some of the details. It looks really nice. And of course, down the middle, it says Ordine di Accensione. That just means the order in which the cylinders fire off. 1, 5, 3, 7, 4, 8, 2. Okay, anyways, going to the inside, take a look. All right, first of all, this is starting to feel pretty luxurious. I mean, you now have this clean leather and it's soft and it's nice, and you no longer just have, a supercar that kind of rattles on the inside. This feels luxurious on the inside. Everything about it does. You have carbon fiber literally everywhere. The passenger even has his own screen. This is touchscreen, by the way. It's an infotainment passenger screen, which is great. I still don't know, I mean, because these are fairly new in the car industry, I still don't know how this affects airbags, but it's cool and it's fun to play around with. The touchscreen down the middle is hovering. You can see that right there. Very cool. They've kept some of the iconic Lamborghini details like the fighter jet flap for the start stop. Also, same kind of triggers that you'd get everywhere else. Reverse, everything like that. On the steering wheel, you now have a lot more details. So this is your launch control right there, the little flag. You can also turn that, press it. You have your different drive modes. You have your nose lift right here. And I still haven't played around with this, but you also have, look, drift mode. That's actually right there in the middle, drift mode. So you can be, the car will help you drift around. I have to say the inside looks really, really nice. And it justifies the price a little bit because, yeah, I mean, we drove around in Huracans back in the day when they first came out. It was fun, but it was a skeleton rattling experience. This can rev to 10,000 RPM. Now that's crazy because the only road legal cars that can do it at the moment are like top tier hypercars. The Revuelto can't do it because it's naturally aspirated. This is a twin turbo, so you can rev it to 10,000 RPM, which is freaking crazy. A couple of things with the infotainment that I like is, look, if you come in closer, this is all touchscreen. Now I'm going to turn the car on, but also what's cool is that it has the latest technology. For example, this passenger screen, you can literally swipe things into the main screen. You also have 2 USB-Cs, which is nice. And what the head designer of Lamborghini is very proud of, Micha, is that the center looks like an alien. It has that kind of alien face going down the middle, which I agree, it looks nice. Now look, I can select any of these. Okay, I want my G's. I can do that, and there it is. Or I can get the hybrid flow. There it is. Over here, I can do the same. So if I want my electric range, I can swipe that, and there you go, right there. Engine status. It's nice. It's a nice little feature. It feels very futuristic. Again, supercars nowadays are getting fancy and techy. It just feels very modern, but luxurious at the same time on the inside. Let's turn it on. This is the key. Heavy Italian flag. Feels nice, and that goes right in there. Little slot for the key. Now, how to turn it on. First, you tap this without the brake. This comes to life. This is electric mode. Then you switch the drive mode with this one. So this goes to Città, to Strada, now to sport mode. Then I press it again with the brake and... It's loud. I'm not hearing too many pops though. I think maybe because it's cold, but anyways, V8. Let me know what you guys think.